when I eventually got sober, I retrained as a nurse. So I went back and became a mental health nurse, psychiatric nurse, and then I spent a lot of time working in the crisis mental health services. So working in male inpatient care, working with guys who were really acutely unwell. I always wanted to kind of use my experience to help people anyway, Wolf. And then after working there, I applied for a post in the addiction service, which for me was like, this is it. I have now landed. I have arrived. This is clearly where my purpose has got me, and this is going to be me now forever. And then that wasn't going to be the case, because then ARC and stuff was going to be birthed off that. But I think for me, it's really important. So I did the 12-step rooms. I've done person-centered recovery, Christian-based recovery. So I had experienced quite a lot of types of recovery programs. But for me, the biggest game changer was physical activity and exercise. And, you know, we've known about the benefits of exercise for a long time. There's about 40 odd years worth of research on the impacts and the positive benefits to people who are struggling. But for me, it was a game changer. And I remember I had this friend, Tim, and Tim came around to my flat 4 weeks after my last relapse, and he dragged me to a running club. And, you know, I'm dying to say, like, I got there like a gazelle and took to it like a duck to water, but definitely wasn't going to be the case. It was awful. It was awful. It was cold and it was wet and it was muddy and I was unfit. I didn't even look like a runner, and I puked after the session, and I was like, that's me. Never again. I'm retired. I'm done from running. But Tim, also a person in recovery, he knew a wee bit better, and he came round the following week, and with some gentle persuasion and a swift kick in the backside, found myself back at the running club then the following week. And you know what? Hey, I did the session and I didn't die, and it was just that little bit easier than it was the week before, but it was enough for me to want to go back again and again and again. And then eventually I was attending regular sessions, and for me, I think my identity started to shift from being somebody struggling with addiction to being somebody who focused on their health and who loved to run. And I was surrounded by people who kind of saw me through this different lens, and that was refreshing for me, because I had always been under the impression throughout my recovery that this long-term condition was going to follow me everywhere and be the defining thing about me, and it wasn't. And then, of course, through exercise, self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, all the things that addiction had stripped away over the years started to come back. And I loved it.